The interim leader of Bangladesh, Mohammad Yunus, has made a major announcement that the country will hold elections in February 2026. The announcement comes as the country marks 1 year since the ouster of the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. While addressing the media, Mohammad Yunus said that the elections will be concluded before Ramzan next year. He also added that as the leader of a caretaker government, he will be stepping down after the vote. Now, the announcement comes amidst growing frustration over the interim administration's inability to restore order and to curb political bickering. Now, Yunus had proposed an election date for April, but he held a meeting on the 13th of June with Bangladesh's National Party's Tariq Rahman, following which Bangladesh National Party urged the interim government to formally notify the Election Commission of the February poll date.
We will step into the final and most important phase after delivering this speech to you, and that is the transfer of power to an elected government. On behalf of the interim government, I will write a letter to the Chief Election Commissioner requesting that the election be arranged before Ramadan in February 2026.
Meanwhile, thousands of student activists from various political groups celebrated and marched peacefully through the streets of Dhaka yesterday, marking the first anniversary of the mass student-led uprising that forced the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to resign after 15 years in power. They've called it a second liberation while chanting slogans for a better Bangladesh.
August 5 reminds us that people united and rose against tyranny. People want to ensure that such authoritarian attitudes and tendencies are never seen again, neither in those currently in power, nor in those who may come to power in the future.
However, in a statement, the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina described the day as a dark moment in the history of Bangladesh. She said that no regime can suppress the will of the nation forever, and their struggle is not over. Now, Sheikh Hasina's government's longest-serving Prime Minister was forced to flee to India after a youth-led protest movement escalated into violent clashes. The protest, which began over a 30% government job quota for the independence fighters and their descendants, resulted in over 300 deaths, defying curfews and military presence. The protesters stormed Hasina's official residence, prompting her to flee and to take refuge in India.